Sofosbuvir and Velpatasvir for HCV in patients with descompensated cirrhosis. Application is a substance used to treat HCV in patients with descompensated cirrhosis. This treatment lasts 12 weeks and after it, results are shown.
Let's take a look at how protease inhibitors work to fight the hepatitis C virus. In order for the hep C virus to reproduce, grow, and infect cells in your body, the virus periodically breaks down and rebuilds. This crucial step in the life cycle of the virus requires an enzyme that breaks or cleaves the virus into smaller fragments, which allows the virus to mature and harm your liver. This crucial enzyme is called a protease. If we think of a protease as a cleaver, the sharp edge is the active site, and when that comes into contact with the hep C virus, it breaks the virus apart. Protease inhibitors bind to the site of the enzyme that is functioning like a cleaver and blocks it from being able to do its job, very much like putting a sheath over the sharp edge of the cleaver. This binding by the protease inhibitor prevents new virus particles, virions, from maturing or reproducing, making them non-infectious. Over the course of taking your medication, the amount of virus in your tissues is reduced until it is no longer a problem for your body to fight off.
Definition: we conduct a phase 3 open-label study involving both previously treated and previously untreated patients infected with HCV genotypes 1 through 6 who had descompensated cirrhosis, classified as childpox code class B. Patients were randomly assigned in a 1-1-1 ratio to receive the nucleotide polymerase inhibitor Sofosbuvir and the NS5A inhibitor Velpatasvir once daily for 12 weeks. Sofosbuvir and Velpatasvir plus ribavirin for 12 weeks, or Sofosbuvir Velpatasvir for 24 weeks. The primary endpoint was a sustained virological response at 12 weeks after the end of the therapy.
FDA approves Merck's new hepatitis C drug. Patients with hepatitis C have yet another advanced treatment option after the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved a new once-a-day pill developed by drug maker Merck. The FDA said on Thursday Merck can begin marketing Zepotia, its new drug for patients with the liver-destroying virus. The combination pill includes the medications Velpatasvir and Grazaprevir, which attack the virus in two different ways. The medication, called Zepotia, has a list price of $54,600 for a 12-week regimen, according to a Merck statement on Thursday.
That's 42% lower than Gilead's Halfwa, which retails at $94,500. The field for hepatitis C patients has been divided between Gilead and AbbVie, which have locked up arrangements with the leading managers of drug coverage in U.S. health insurance plans, offering discounts to ensure their medications are the first choice. Still, Merck doesn't foresee trouble attracting patients. Assuming we get a decent label, I believe we'll be able to have real competition versus Gilead, Adam Schechter, president of Global Human Health, said in an interview months before the FDA acceptance. The approval is good news for patients, because the growing competition should crimp the sky-high prices for hepatitis C drugs. And the additional option mean there's one that will work for nearly every subgroup of people with hepatitis C.
The pros and cons. The pros. It may save a lot of lives. The substances have been proved to be successful. It's applied in patients of different ages. And it counts the percentage of success is over 50%. It's kind of expensive, and developing countries can't afford that medicine.
Chronic hepatitis C virus infection, or HCV, causes progressive liver fibrosis, which can lead to cirrhosis and hepatocellular carcinoma. An oral regimen that would treat patients infected with many of the possible viral genotypes was tested in this Phase 3 double-blind placebo-controlled trial. Treatment-naive and previously treated patients with HCV were enrolled at multiple sites in the United States, Canada, Europe, and Hong Kong. All of the patients were chronically infected with HCV 1, 2, 4, 5, or 6. Patients with and patients without compensated cirrhosis were included. Study participants received one tablet daily containing either Sofosbuvir and Velpatasvir or placebo for 12 weeks. The primary endpoint was a sustained virologic response 12 weeks after the end of therapy. Of the 624 patients who received Sofosbuvir Velpatasvir, 99% had a sustained virologic response. None of the patients given placebo had a sustained virologic response. 15 patients who received Sofosbuvir Velpatasvir had serious adverse events. The most common adverse events were headache, fatigue, nasopharyngitis, and nausea. The authors conclude that once-daily Sofosbuvir Velpatasvir for 12 weeks provided high rates of sustained virologic response in treatment-naive and previously treated patients who were chronically infected with HCV 1, 2, 4, 5, or 6, including those with compensated cirrhosis. Full trial results are available at nejm.org.
Conclusion. Treatment with Sofosbuvir and Velpatasvir with or without ribavirin for 12 weeks and with Sofosbuvir and Velpatasvir for 24 weeks, resulting in high rates of sustained virologic response in patients with HCV infections and descompensated cirrhosis.